Okay, I can see you guys now. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Ajay, Ashutosh, Prashant, Rajshri, Prasad, Navi, Pooja. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Abhi. Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of JavaScript Essential course. And today is also supposed to be the second last day. So, first of all, I would like to inform everyone that we don't have a session on Sunday. That was day 7. So instead of that, we have a 2-hour session tomorrow in which we are going to create a project. So basically, I didn't wanted to split the project in 2 days. I wanted to create the project in one day. That's why instead of having a session on Sunday, I said, okay, we'll have a session on Saturday of 2 hours so that by in one sitting only, we can complete the whole project. And that will basically increase the level of understanding because it will be connected, right? So good evening, everyone. Good evening once again. Good evening, Bala, Akhil, CTSO, Prakhar. Good evening once again, guys. Good evening, everyone. And I welcome you all to day 5 of JavaScript Essential course. And I hope till now you're enjoying this course. So till now we have completed a lot of fundamentals of JavaScript. Now we know how to create variables, how loop works, how conditions work. So now till now we know a lot of things. Yesterday we saw how objects work, how to create array of objects, how to access all of that using loops. So basically we have seen a lot of things till now. And yes, guys, tomorrow's timing will be 5 o'clock. So the tomorrow's session will be 5 to 7, and if it is needed, we'll also go till 7:30. But tomorrow's session timing will be 5 o'clock. So for everyone, I'll also announce it in between so that if the crowd is more, they can also hear me out. Okay. So timing for tomorrow's session will be 5 o'clock. I'll also announce this in the end. Don't worry about that. But yes, for now, I'm just telling you timing for tomorrow's session will be 5 o'clock. It will be 5 to 7, and if needed, we'll go ahead till 7:30. Yes, tomorrow's timing will be of 2 hours because we are going to complete a big project. We're going to create a music player, so we need that much time, right? So I hope everyone will be there. Everyone will stick to that 2-hour timing because we are going to create a big project, a music player, right? So it cannot be made in 1 hour. We will understand everything. We'll do everything component by component. We'll create small pieces, and then we'll add up everything to create a good music player. Okay. So that's it. That's the announcement. And now we are ready to start with today's session. And see, till now we completely focused on the programming fundamentals of JavaScript, right? So we have learned everything that there is in programming fundamentals. Now I'm not going to say everything, but almost everything: conditions, loops, arrays, objects. Okay, now it's totally up to you how you practice it and how we take it forward. You have now you know enough JavaScript in programming part, and now you can take it forward to build upon it. And today we are going to start with the actual thing. Now I have seen that yesterday a lot of people were asking, right, how to take user input, how to click on buttons. All of that will be cleared today. Okay, because today I'll show you how to perform DOM manipulation that we talked about in the start, right, everyone? That JavaScript's main aim is to manipulate HTML and CSS. It helps you to manipulate the HTML elements. So we'll see how does that work. And also depending on that, we'll see how to extract value from input field, how to take user input, how to click on buttons, and all sorts of stuff. And tomorrow we'll use all of this to create a project. Okay, guys? So then, without using any more time, let's start with today's session. Okay, and I hope everyone from you has completed the assignment. If you have, please submit it. Okay, so let me close these files and let's create a new file for today. That is day5.html, and then one more file which I'll call day5.js. Okay, so let's go. Let's set up the basic things. Okay, where and let, yes, I'll tell you. Yeah, before we start, I think I have explained it in the third lecture as well, but not a problem. I'll explain it again. But everyone, please focus. So let's create the basic HTML first and remove the meta tags. We don't need them right now. Let me increase the font size. Okay, let's call DOM manipulation. Okay, that is nothing but manipulation of HTML and CSS. We have talked about DOM in the first lecture, so I hope everyone understands what is DOM now. Right, guys, everyone? Is there any confusion in understanding DOM? So I can tell you what exactly it is. Do you remember the first lecture, everyone? I hope everyone remembers, right? Script src dot slash day5.js. Here we go. It is linked. Let's run this file as well. Copy the path and Let's go in a browser. Let me take a browser window, and here we go. Running it. And for now, let me just open the console so that we can confirm that this JS file is actually working. No, I can see a lot of people are telling no. Okay, not a problem. Maybe a lot of people from you are not from the first lecture, so I'll repeat it. Don't worry. I will repeat it. I'll tell you what exactly is DOM. Don't worry at all. First of all, let's confirm. Let's confirm it. So console.log, just say I am working. So let's see if it is actually working. Save it, open the browser, and here we go. We get I'm working. That means it's perfectly connected. Now, yes, don't worry. I'll tell you what exactly is DOM. Fine. So see, first of all, I'll give you the definition, and then I'll explain what exactly it is. Okay. So let's go. So let's say I have this HTML file. Okay, everyone. I have this HTML file. Let me create few elements here. Okay. So let's say I create a div inside it. Then let's say inside that div I create a p, and then outside this div I create an image tag. Okay, understand the code, guys. So see, I have HTML element. Inside HTML I have head, I have body. Inside body I have div. Inside div I have p. Inside p I have img. Okay. Now, if I tell you to create a tree structure for this, can you create that, everyone? Yes, we can. Let's try it. Just to understand all of this, let's try it. So let's go on, let's open Jamboard where we usually draw everything, and let's try. So basically, on top, we have the HTML element. Inside HTML, we have head, and I'm just simply creating a tree structure of my HTML document, nothing else. Okay. Inside head, I have title. Inside body, I have div, and also I have a image, and inside that div, I have a p. So basically, this is what I have right now. Inside HTML, I have head and body. Inside head, I have title. Inside body, I have div and image. And inside div, I have p. Right? That's the basic structure that we have right now. So this is the tree structure of your HTML document. So DOM is nothing but the tree structure of your HTML document, which is internally created by the browser. So when you write a HTML document, when you write down a code of HTML and when you execute it on the browser internally creates the tree structure of your HTML document and then reads that tree structure to create the output. You can't see it, but browser internally creates it. There is something called as DOM interpreter in the browser that creates this tree structure for you. And this tree structure is called as DOM. The full form is Document Object Model, where basically every element can be considered as an object. That's all. So your HTML code is converted into a tree of objects where every element, every tag that you have written is converted to an object. Okay. And then the browser reads that tree and creates the output for you. That's how it works. And the tree structure of your HTML document, the objectified model of your HTML document is considered as what we call as DOM, Document Object Model. But yeah, you can't see it. So you have to refer to the code only because we can't see it. So is it clear, everyone? Guys, are we cleared what is DOM now? Okay. Now, as I said that JavaScript is a DOM manipulation language. That basically means JavaScript has the power to manipulate this tree. JavaScript can add elements in the tree. JavaScript can remove elements from the tree. JavaScript can change the style of the elements in the tree. JavaScript can do anything on this tree. Is that clear? And see, because of this tree only, your output is getting generated. Whatever is inside the tree. See, you write code. That code is converted to tree. That means if you change anything in the code, the tree also changes, and based on that tree, the output changes. JavaScript can dynamically manipulate this tree. That means you don't have to change the HTML code. JavaScript can actually manipulate this tree. JavaScript can externally insert, remove, update elements inside the tree. And if the tree is updating, the output will update. That's what JavaScript does. So without even changing anything in the HTML code, you can use JavaScript to manipulate this tree directly and your output will change. You see things like this, right? You go on, let's say, Flipkart, you click somewhere, a box appears suddenly. That box was not there, but when you clicked on the button, that box appeared. So who added that box dynamically? That box was not there yet and it was added. Or maybe it was there, but it was hidden. So who showed it? Right? So that's what JavaScript main work is on the web. Is it clear, everyone? On the client side, that's what JavaScript does. On the server side, it does a lot of things, but on client side, this is what it does. It manipulates the DOM, the tree. I hope we are clear, everyone. I hope now you have understood this, and now there will be no doubt in understanding what is DOM and what exactly is the work of JavaScript. Because of DOM, JavaScript will manipulate. Exactly, yes. JavaScript actually doesn't manipulate the HTML. It manipulates this tree. But this tree is nothing but the part of that HTML only, right? That HTML is converted to this tree. Is it cleared? Okay, everyone. I hope we are cleared. Please tell me, guys. I hope we are cleared with this. Okay. But yeah, we don't have to worry about this because HTML is going to be converted into this. So our point of reference will be HTML only because that is what we can see. We cannot see this normally. Okay. So are we ready, guys? Are we ready to manipulate some HTML today? Okay. So let's go. Let me remove all this. Okay. So till now we have learned a lot of programming. Now then let's put all of that to use today. Okay. So our aim is to understand how to work with inputs, how to display elements, all of that. But yeah, let's do that actually. Instead of talking about that, let's do that. Okay. So now see, we can't see the tree. That means our point of reference is HTML only. So for us, JavaScript is manipulating HTML only. But understand, JavaScript is actually manipulating the tree. But for us, it's HTML because we cannot see that tree. Okay, fine. So if you want to manipulate an element, the first thing that you should know is how to select that element. Just like when you want to apply CSS on an element, first you select that element, right? You select that element either using the class name or the ID. That means if you want to if you want to apply CSS, you first select the element, then apply CSS. In the same case, if you want to manipulate an element, the first thing you should know is how to select that element using JavaScript if you want to manipulate it. So let's learn that, how to select element. Now, guys, let me tell you, there are a lot of ways, but yeah, we can't cover all the ways. So that's why we'll stick to one way that we're going to learn today. But guys, understand there are a lot of ways. Is that cleared? So let's go. So let's create a simple div. Okay, I'll show you everything. Don't worry. Like not all the ways, but how to manipulate about that. Okay, and then let's give it what do you say a class. Okay, or let's give it an ID. I personally like to work with IDs when I work with JavaScript. So let's give it an ID of let's say 1, and let's also put some content inside it. So let's say hello everyone. Understand, guys, there are a lot of ways. I'm focusing on one way right now. Is that clear? So don't get confused. I'm only focusing on one way right now, or maybe two ways. If we get time, I'll show you two ways. Don't worry. Okay. So I have a div. I give it ID. I'm also going to give it a class to apply some CSS. So let's also give it a class of 1. Let's apply some CSS to it. I hope everyone has revised their HTML and CSS basics. So dot 1. Here we go. Ah, come on. I forgot the style tag. So sorry. My bad. Style. Then dot 1. Let's give it simply a simple height of 200 pixels, simple width of 300 pixels, and a background color of red. Okay, very simple, very easy. And now also let's give it a color of white so that we can see the text, and also give it a font size of 30 pixel. Let's see if you can see this. Here we go, guys. Can you see that the element? Everyone, can you see the element? I have a simple red element with hello everyone written on it in white color. Simple. So as I said, the first thing that you should know, if you want to manipulate this element, the first thing that you should know is how to fetch or select this element. Okay, so let's see how to do that in JavaScript. And for that, guys, you have an inbuilt object in JavaScript. To work with all the HTML elements, to work on the DOM tree, you have an inbuilt object that will help you. And the object name is document. This is the most important object if you want to manipulate the tree. Document is the object that helps you to manipulate the DOM tree. Okay, simple. If I like log it, you will see what does it hold. If I console.log the document, you will see what does it hold. See, if I console.log it, see what does it hold. Can you see? Inside that, the whole HTML that I have created is there. Can you see that, everyone? Like it's like the tree only. See, it is the tree that you have. If I hover, see, the whole page gets selected. That means document holds your page. Document object holds your page. So this is the object that we're going to use to select elements, to work on elements. Okay. So let me show you how to select this element. Is having an ID of 1. I'm going to show you two ways basically. So first, let's see how to select the element with the help of the ID. So first write document. That means, okay, fine. Take the whole document. Now from that, there is a function called as get element by ID. So from that document, get me an element with the help of the ID. And then in the brackets, mention the ID. What is the ID, guys? We have given 1. So first select document, and from that document get me the element which is having ID 1. So that get element by ID function helps you to get any element with the particular ID. That's all. Let's see if this thing is getting what I want. If this thing is getting that element, let's see that. And here we go. Can you guys see that? You see the code that you have written in the HTML, this div. You're getting that. And if I hover on it, see it's getting selected. That means now I have successfully selected the element. And now after this, I can start my manipulation logic. Is that clear, everyone? Are we understanding? Please tell me, guys. Are we understanding this? Everyone. Now, let's remove the console.log. And now, let's see how to use it. So once you get the element, now you can do whatever you want. You can manipulate its style. You can manipulate its attributes. You can manipulate its content. Understanding the point, guys? You can manipulate the attributes, you can manipulate the styles, you can manipulate the content. So let's see how to manipulate everything one by one after fetching the element. So we have got the element. Now let's first manipulate the content. Now see, by default, when the page loads, the content is hello everyone. Okay, the content inside that div, the textual content inside that div is hello everyone. I want to change it. Fine, then let's go. Just write dot, and then there is a property called as inner text, which actually helps you to change the textual content of any element. So inner text equal to, put whatever you want. Let's say students are awesome, something like that. Okay, and here we go. Now see, by default it is hello everyone, but now when I refresh, the JavaScript code will work and it will change this hello everyone to students are awesome. So now, guys, you can see we have actually changed the content of a box of a div by using JavaScript. So that's what you're going to use, inner text, to track or to work on the textual content of any div. Is that cleared, everyone? I hope we are cleared. Okay. So this is what you're going to use to take or change the textual content. So let me just mention it here. Inner text is to change textual content. Okay, that's what it does. It puts some textual content inside it. Now, there are two jobs that inner text does. Now, if I don't want to change it, what if I only want to check it? Sir, please say difference between inner text and don't worry, don't worry. We'll reach that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Repeat what, Anish? What is your confusion? See, guys, everyone, as I told you in the third session only, don't say no or repeat. Instead, tell me what is your confusion, because sometimes stream is late or slow, so I cannot understand what exactly is the confusion. Okay, is that cleared? So you see, guys, okay, I'll explain this inner text only. So see, by default this div was having some textual content, which was what? Hello everyone. It was by default, right? So I said from the document get the element which is having ID of 1. That means it will get this element and then change its inner text to this text. So whatever content was there by default, it will be removed and this content will be pushed inside that. Is that clear? Why we get any tag in HTML document? Why we get any tag? I don't understand the question, Navi. I don't understand. So everyone, are we cleared? Like, why we get any tag in HTML document? In HTML document, we write tags only, right? I think the frame of the question is incorrect. So can you please tell me again? Everyone, are we understanding it? Please tell me, guys. Is inner text cleared? Everyone, is inner text cleared? Anish, is it cleared now? I know the chats are late, so I have to wait for your answers. Okay. So that's what inner text does. But this is not the only thing it does. It can help you to either change the content or see the content. What if you don't want to change the content? You just want to see what was the content there. So I can remove this equal to this content, remove it. Now I'm not planning to change the content. So if I don't change it, if I only write this much, it will fetch the content for me. It will fetch the content. Now I'll show you. See, by default, what was there? Hello everyone. So if I log it, console.log it, see now, in this case, I'm not changing. I'm just saying, fine, get the document, from that, get the element with ID1, and from that, just get the inner text. So now it will get me that text. Now it is getting me hello everyone, because now I'm not changing it. I'm just telling, fine, just fetch the element, and from that just get the inner text. If I apply a equal to and pass some value, then that inner text will be changed. But if I just do this, it will fetch the content for me. So that's what you can use. You can use inner text to either get the content or to change the content. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so that's what inner text is doing. Simple, easy. Now then, let's move ahead to the next one. Okay, the next property that we can use for manipulation. So this is one way of manipulating textual content. Now let's again fetch the element, that is basically get element by ID1. Again, it will get me the element, right? We understand that, right, everyone? Again, this will get the element for me. So now there is one more property called as inner HTML. Now, what is the difference between inner text and inner HTML? Let me show you that. So now, what if I decide, first I'm using inner text. What if I decide I don't only want to put text there, I also want to put some tag, right? I decide I don't only want to put some text, I also want to put a tag with the text, some tag content like this. Let's say I decide I'm going to put h1. Let's say I write heading and slash h1. I decide to put something like this. So I'm telling now, so get the element which is having ID1. Inside that, put this as the content. Okay, h1 heading h1. So now let's see. Is actually working. And here we go. Nope. Now the h1 is also getting treated like text. It is not getting treated like an HTML element. You can see h1 is getting printed. h1 heading h1. And that's not something I want. And basically, in this case, you have something called as inner HTML, which actually understands the difference between tags and text and treats them like that. Inner text treats everything like text. So even if you put some tags, it will go like tags. It will go like text, sorry. And in this case now, see, you'll understand. Now h1 will get treated like a normal h1. And you can see now the heading is getting bigger because h1 is getting applied. Is it clear, everyone? Okay, so that's the difference between inner HTML and inner text. Inner text treats everything as text. Inner HTML understands the difference between tags and text and treats them like that. सर मैं ये जानना चाहता हूं कि आपने कंसोल में किसी टैग का HTML को शो क्यों करवाते हैं, क्या ये प्रोग्राम में काम आता है? ओके, मैं कंसोल में इसलिए शो करवाता हूं ताकि आपको दिखा सकूं कि हो क्या रहा है. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मैं सिर्फ ये बोलूं कि ये चीज फेच करेगा एलिमेंट, तो कंफ्यूजन होगा, राइट? आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि एग्जैक्टली मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं. तो जब मैं कंसोल डॉट लॉग करता हूं, आप देख सकते हो कि ये चीज एक्चुअल में क्या दे रही है. जैसे अभी मैंने इतना लिख दिया, ठीक है, मैंने बोला कि चलो यहां पे ये आपका एलिमेंट फेच कर रहा है, रेड वाला. कैसे पता चलेगा मुझे? मेरे पास क्या एग्जैक्टली यहाँ पे प्रूफ है कि ये सच में डॉक्यूमेंट डॉट गेट एलिमेंट बाय आईडी 1 मेरे लिए एलिमेंट फेच कर रहा है? कोई प्रूफ नहीं है. सो बेसिकली मैं क्या करता हूं, यहाँ पे मैं आपको उसको कंसोल में प्रिंट करके दिखाता हूं कि देखो भाई, ये जो भी दे रहा है मैं आपको कंसोल में प्रिंट करके दिखा रहा हूं. और फिर यहाँ पे देखो मुझे बताता है ये कि हाँ, आप जो ये कोड लिखे हो डॉक्यूमेंट डॉट गेट एलिमेंट बाय आईडी 1, ये आपको ये दे रहा है, ये पूरा डिव. तो मैं समझ जाता हूं कि हाँ, मुझे ये एलिमेंट मिल रहा है. इज इट क्लियर? नवी, आपको समझ में आया भी मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं? सो मैं कुछ भी चीज कंसोल में इसलिए प्रिंट करता हूं ताकि आपको दिखा सकूं क्या हो रहा है उसके पीछे, क्योंकि आप जो भी कोड लिखते हो आप उसके पीछे क्या चल रहा है आप नहीं देख सकते. तो मैं उसको लॉग करता हूं कंसोल में ताकि देख सकूं कि भाई वो चीज मुझे क्या दे रही है रिटर्न में, जो मैंने कोड लिखा है वो क्या प्रिंट कर रहा है मेरे लिए. So what will be use of inner HTML in a real project? Yes. So see, this is the use. Whenever, what if you want to put some HTML content inside? Let's say you create a card, okay, and you want to put an image somewhere. You want to dynamically put an image. You want to put some a paragraph somewhere. You want to put a text, but it needs to be bold. So you want to apply some tags on it. So you want to put some text, but with some tags, right? So in that case, you use an HTML. Whenever you feel I want to put some content, but not directly only textual, I also want to put it with a HTML tag like h1 or p. Is it cleared? So that's what we want. That's why we have inner text only for text and inner HTML for text as well as HTML. Is it cleared, everyone? Yes, Vimal, it was only for Navi. Like he wanted to understand, right? Okay, everyone, that's cool. So now let me just mention it here because I'm going to share these files to you. And for everyone asking where are we going to have, like, where these files will be available, I post them regularly on community. Our moderators post all this regularly on the community so that you can get all these files. Okay. So inner HTML to change HTML content as well as actually textual content also works, as well as textual content. Same. But don't overuse it. A lot of people overuse in HTML. They think that this is the only solution to put HTML. For normal things like putting a paragraph, putting a heading, putting something like that is fine. But if you really want to put a lot of elements, you should avoid inner HTML. So I'll teach you how to properly create real elements using JavaScript. Inner HTML should not be the way of creating elements using JavaScript. Is that clear? Inner HTML should be used only to put small HTML elements here and there. It should not be used to put big elements, event elements, or workable elements. For that, I'll teach you what to do. Don't worry. Okay, so let me also get this example correct. Remove this, dot inner HTML equals to h1 hello slash h1. Okay, now before we move ahead, I really want to teach you something, one really important thing. That is basically event handling. I want to teach you this because this is one of the most important topics. Till now, we didn't talk about that. Okay, but I hope that everyone has practiced functions, guys, because yesterday we learned functions, right? Can we change image dynamically as we are changing text? And yes, yes, yes. You can change anything that you see on web. Understand the point, Pradeep? You can change anything that you see on the web using JavaScript. Okay, fine. So now, guys, yesterday we learned functions, right? I hope everyone remembers that. So now let's talk about something called as event handling. And before that, to understand event handling perfectly, the first thing that we should understand is what exactly is an event. Okay, so now let me tell you. So when you go on a site, okay, any interaction that you perform on the site, either by mouse or keyboard, or if it is a touch screen, by touch, any interaction that you provide, any interaction that you perform either by mouse or keyboard or touch, that is what you call as an event. For example, I click here, that's an event. I move my mouse on this element, that's also an event, right? I focus inside it, I put my cursor inside it, that's also an event. Every interaction I perform on my web page, I click a button, that's an event. So every interaction that I perform, guys, it is an event. I hover on an image, I hover on any element, that means I move my mouse, it's also an event. Understanding, guys? So anything that you do in using keyboard or mouse or touch is basically what? An event. Any interaction. Understood the point? So that is what an event is. Now see, if I click on this, a new page is opened. Right? If I click on that thing, a new page is opened. That means the user performed an event and something happened based on it. How to do this? Because on my side also people will interact with mouse and keyboard. But how will I perform tasks? Okay, fine, they click somewhere, but on that click I want to do something. On that mouse over, I want to do something. When they double click, I want to do something. When they touch, I want to do something, right? So that's what event handling means. You want to perform some task based on the user interaction. That is what event handling is. So they perform the event, but you want to handle it, you want to perform something out of it, only if it is needed. But yeah, you want to perform something. So how to do that? That's what we're going to learn now. Is it clear, everyone? And it's very easy, no, nothing complicated. So let's see how to do that. So now let's say I create a button. Guys, just focus. I create a button and just I say click. Okay, now if you see, I have a button here. Amazing. Now user is going here and performing event, but nothing is happening. No pop-up, Nothing is happening actually. Nothing is happening because fine, you're performing event, but I have not done anything for that event. You perform it, I have not done anything. So now if you want to do something for an event that user is performing, how to do that? Very simple. So let's look at the first way of doing it. So what you can do is you can create a function. Okay, you know that function is nothing but a block of code that doesn't execute by default. You have to be responsible to call it properly. So let's create a function. Let's call it again, do something. That's the usual name that I always give. And for now, let's say I'm just putting some very serious code of console.log. Hi everyone. It is very hi-fi code, guys. Okay. So console.log, hi everyone. Now you know that this function will not get performed automatically. Now I need to call it. So if I call it down here we go. It should work. Yesterday we learned it. It is working. But this is what I don't want. I want to call this function when the user clicks on this button. That's what I want to do. I want to call this function when the user clicks on this button. How should I connect them? How should I connect that function to this button? Very simple. Just go on the button. Actually, every element, not only button, guys. I'm showing you this for button, but it is available for every element. So just go on that button and just do. There are various attributes. So one of the attributes is on click. So here you mention what do you want to perform when this button is clicked. Here you can write that function name that you have created, that is do something. You just take this function name and put it here, and that's it. So basically you're performing a function call. You're just giving, okay, call this function when on click happens on this button. And that's what you have done. You have done event handling. So now when the user performs an event, this is the event handler attribute that is helping you to perform this when this event is done. Yes, I'll show you. Don't worry. I can show you. I will show. So not I can show you. I will definitely show you. But it's just we are stepping up step by step. Okay, everyone. So guys, are we understanding this? Please tell me, everyone. Okay. Now let's see if it is actually working. Now see, no output. Now let's click on the button. Here we go. See, as soon as I click, I get hi everyone. Now, if I keep clicking, I get hi everyone again and again. That means now, if I click on this button, this function is getting called for that. Okay, so this is what event handling is. And there are basically three components to the event handling. One is the event that the user performs. So whatever I'm performing is the event. Second is the event handler, that basically is this button, because it is the one that is handling the event. Right? This is the one where you're performing the event. So this becomes your event handler. And this function that is getting called when you perform the event, this is what you call as event listener. The things that you perform when event is like what you say event starts, that is what you call as event listener. So in this case, this function is becoming your event listener. When you perform that event, it listens, it works. Is that clear? And that connection you have made here, when this event happens, please you listen to it, do something, please listen to it and work. Is this clear, everyone? This is one trick. There are multiple ways of doing it, but this is the simplest way. For now, this is fine for us. For beginners like us, it is perfectly fine. Is it clear? So that's, guys, is event handling. And now I can literally do anything inside this function. It's totally up to me. Right now, I'm just doing console.log. I can change the color of an element. I can make an element big. I can make an element small. I can do whatever I want. Is it clear, everyone? So let's see. Let's see how to do something. So now let me show you then what happens, sir, if we use get element by class. See, again, as I said, Samuel, there are multiple ways of fetching elements. Get element by class name is also a way of selecting elements, but it uses class name. So that just like, see, in CSS also, we either can select element using class or tag name or ID. Just like that, here also we can select element using ID or class or tag name, right? But as I said, there are multiple ways, but I don't want to make it confusing because we only have 2 lectures. That's why I'm just avoiding class name. But it's also just a way of fetching class names. Sorry, fetching elements using class name. But it's just that there's a difference when you fetch element by ID and class name. Now, if I tell you that, you'll be confused for now because I'm not explaining that right now. So let's leave it for now. But yes, I'm just gonna assure you that it is also used to fetch elements or select elements by class name. Okay, so now guys, let's do it. Let's do it. So now you help me. So when this function is called, I want to select this element with the help of the ID. What should I write? Come on, everyone answer me. When this function is called, I want to select this element with the help of its ID. What should I write? Come on, guys, tell me, everyone. What line should I write here? I want answers from you guys. Everyone, come on. What should I write? I know the chat's a little. I know. I nowadays YouTube is very delayed. I don't know why. Come on, guys. I'll wait for the answer. Don't worry. I really want to see. It's in front of you. You have already seen it. We have worked with it. Now tell me how to select that element that is having an ID of 1. You guys will answer me. Come on, guys. Are the chats that delayed or you guys are not answering? Just message thinking if you're thinking. Okay, hash 1. No, no, we're not going to hash 1, right? How can we use hash 1 here? Are we selecting CSS? I'm asking about the complete code, guys. What is dot write, Balakoti? How come we are getting dot write? I'm asking console.log1. What is console.log1? I'm asking how to select this element. Balakoti, document.write is also not the correct answer, buddy. I'm asking how to select. Yes, now we got answer. Get element by ID. What, guys? What did we learn till now? What did we learn? How to select element? What did we learn? Why will we, like, why are we needing a console here? Console is only for printing purposes. I'm asking how I'm going to select this element. Guys, what did we learn till now? How to select element. Everyone, how to select element. We write document dot get element by ID 1. This is what we write, right, everyone? What is console.log 1? What is console.log ID equals to 1? Did you guys understand? See, guys, if you don't understand the question, tell me, tell the question again. What was my question? What did we learn here? Tell me. What was the meaning of this? What was the meaning of this? Everyone, what was the meaning of this? We learned that we document object is the object that helps us to get the document. Then from that, we perform get element by ID 1 to get the element that I want to work on. And then dot, I can either change its HTML content by using inner HTML, or I can either use inner text to change this textual content. Now I'm simply asking, I want to select this element. I want to do the exact same that I did twice before this. I'm just asking the exact same thing. How I'm going to select this element? Simple. I'm asking about selecting elements. Everyone who is saying console.log, from where console.log is coming? What is the use of console.log? From 5 days, what was the use of console.log? Tell me. Console.log is used to print something on the console, right? So where is that coming from? Console.log. I'm asking, my question was, tell me how to select an element which is having an ID of 1. It should generate in my mind document.get element by ID 1. Simple. And now I can do whatever I want after this. If I want to change textual content, I'll use inner text. If I want to change HTML content, I will use inner HTML. Understanding the point, guys? Everyone, are we understanding? Don't worry, it's fine. It's your first day as DOM manipulators. So that's fine, guys. Don't worry. I'll accept that. I'll accept that answer. But now I think your confusion is cleared, right? Everyone see. Stop. What did we learn on the first day? What was the job of console.log? To print something on the console. So whenever I want to print something on the console, then only I'll use it, right? Why did I use console.log here? Just to show you what this is giving you back. Right? Just to print what this is giving back. If I don't want to print that, then what? I'll not use console.log. Simple. Is that clear, everyone? So console.log is not your, what do you say, important, very, very important thing that you're going to use for everything. No. The sole purpose of console.log is what? Is to print. Only I'll use it when I want to print. And yes, Deep is answering $#ID. No, Deep. It will not work here. It is a functionality that jQuery provides. Is it clear, Deep? Sir, we can write document.query selector. Yes, definitely we can write that. But now, right now, we are talking about that. No. Right? And no one answered that as well. Document.query selector. No one even answered that. So how can I accept the answer? Okay. So now we have fetched this element, and now then dot. So now guys, see, understand the basic logic. To fetch an element, to select, now I'm again going on to basics. To select the element, this is what you do. This is what gives you the element. Okay, fine. You have selected the element. Now what do you want to do? Fine. So if I want to change text, I'll use inner text. If I want to change HTML, I use inner HTML. And if I want to change CSS, what if I want to change CSS? In that case, I'll write dot style. Understand? After fetching element, everything else is completely same. Main aim is to select element, and this is what is selecting the element for you. After that, you can do whatever I want, whatever you want. So now I want to change CSS, so I'm writing dot style and then dot any CSS property that you want to change. So let's say I want to change background color. Now see, I can write any CSS property, so background hyphen color. But now the problem is you cannot use background hyphen color. Why? Because JavaScript is also a programming language, and hyphen is considered as a minus in JavaScript. So basically, you write it in camel case then. You write the same CSS property that you want to manipulate. I want to manipulate background color. So I'll write background color only, but not in the way you write it in CSS. Here you'll use camel case like this. So background, then the other word will start from capital. This is what you call as camel case. So everything will start from lowercase. The property names will start from lowercase, and every alternate, like every word after that, every new word will start with a uppercase like this. So border background color equals to, let's say, blue. Now what we're doing? So now if someone calls the do something function, select the document. From that, select the element having ID 1, and inside that, go to its style. That means go to its CSS and change the background color to blue. This is the whole understanding of this line. You should understand how to divide this in pieces so that you can do different things. This puzzle is of 4 pieces. I select the document, that is the whole page. Then from that, I select the element which is having ID 1, second piece. Then I go to its CSS by using dot style. Then I go to its background color. Right? Now, what if I want to change width? So I'll simply remove background color and I can use width here. So you have to understand how to apply pieces properly. First 3 pieces will be same because I still want to change style, but not background color. I want to change width. I want to change height. I want to change font size. I want to change whatever I want. Is it clear to everyone? So understand how I'm joining the pieces. That's very important. And I'm going to leave it because this is your first session of DOM manipulation. So that's fine. Now then, let's see if it is working, everyone. Let's see if you're able to change the background color when I click that button. Let's see that, everyone. Fresh. Now let's go ahead and click. And here we go. It was red. And when I to blue. Is it clear, everyone? Guys, are we cleared? So that's how you manipulate CSS. Now, as I said, whenever you want to manipulate CSS, this is only thing you have to do. Now, let's say I also want to manipulate height. So first of all, I have to write this much. Fine, again, get element by ID 1 dot style, but no, not background color. I also want to change the height to, let's say, 500 pixels. Same thing. Let's see if it is actually working. So now again, normal red. Now if I click, the color should be blue and the height should be 500. Here we go. See, the height increased and everything else is working perfectly fine. The color also got blue. Guys, we are actually manipulating the element now. Are you understanding? Are you understanding the power? We are actually manipulating the element. So basically, see, the only thing that you need to understand perfectly here is how to get the element. That's all. Okay, and whenever I ask a question, guys, you guys have to hear it carefully. Okay. Now, I hope you understand, right, why I used console.log, just to show you that what this document.get element by ID 1 is giving you. That is not what you have to do to get the element. How to do multiple changes? This is how you do it. See, I did multiple changes, right? I changed the background color, I changed the height. If you want to change multiple elements, fetch that element as well. In every click, different color. You can do that, but you have to create an array for that. In every click, if you want a different color, you have to create an array for that. Do you want to see that, everyone? Do you guys want to see that? In every click, different color. Tell me. Do you guys want to see that? Yes, you can manipulate IMG. I'll show you. Wait. Okay, fine. Let me show you how to do. So now let me create an array. I hope everyone remembers array, right? Guys, I hope everyone remembers array. Okay, so let's create an array. Var colors equals, so an array of colors. So let's say blue, comma green, comma yellow, comma let's say orange. Okay, that's it. That's it for now. Now let's go. So in every click, I want a different color. That means I don't want to put this blue here. I want to get my values from here. Okay. So let me create a value, a counter variable, like let's say var I equals 0, something like this. Okay. Now then, so I have an array with 4 colors. I have a var I that starts from 0. Cool. Now here I'll go remove this blue and I'll put colors of I. Basically, when the function will be called, so when the user clicks on the button, do something will be called, and then it will fetch the element, change the style, change the background color to colors of I. That is initially what? 0. So colors of I is what, guys? It's blue. And at the same point, also please increment the I. So I will become 1. Now that I is becoming 1, next time when I click, again this code will be applied, but now colors of I, and I is 1, so it will select green. Next time it will select yellow. Next time it will select orange. I will keep incrementing. Let's see if it is actually working. Blue, green, yellow, orange. And after that, not changing because that was the last color that we given, right? After that, it's not changing. So if I want again blue back, if I want the blue back, what can I do? I can just do this. Fine. Just one very simple thing that I'll write. If, now see the use of condition. If I goes, if I reaches, let's say if I reaches 0, 1, 2, 3. If I reaches 3, please make it 0 again. That's it. If I reaches 3, that means fine. On 0 it's blue, on 1 it's green, on yellow on 3, on 2 it's yellow, on 3 it's orange. And as soon as it reaches 3, please make it 0 again. So that I can get back to blue. I is becoming 0. So again it will, again the whole thing will start. Plus plus, again reaches 3, again back to 0. Whatever you think, you can just write that. Now let's see if it is actually working. If I, after orange, if I get back my blue color. Let's see. Click blue, click green, click yellow, click. Okay. So I think if I reaches greater than 3, if I becomes greater than 3, then make it 0. So not equal to 3, if it goes greater than 3. Fine. Now let's do it. Blue, yep, orange, and back to blue. Amazing. So if it goes beyond 3, make it 0 again. Simple. Not equal to 3. If it goes beyond 3, so as soon as it reaches 4, make it 0. And that's how you do it. Very basic, very easy, but I hope you're understanding. See, guys, JavaScript is all puzzle pieces. Actually, coding is what is all puzzle pieces. You learn everything part by part. You, let's say there are 10 pieces, you learn all the pieces, then you just put them in a proper sequence to make something out of it. That's all. Put them in a different sequence, something else will work. Put them in a different sequence, something else will work. That's what you have to understand. Learn everything like puzzle pieces. Understand what is document, understand what is get element by ID, understand what is style. If I want to change content, I'll just remove this thing and I'll use inner HTML, inner text. Are you getting the point, everyone? Okay. So that's how you manipulate style, guys. That's how you manipulate style. Now, please tell me, can I fetch any element, right? And can I change its style? Is it possible, everyone? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let me show you. Now, your mind should not be like, okay, I always have to create a div. I always have to create a div. So can we change BG color automatically without click function with some time interval? Yes, 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 Pradeep. Everything is possible. Whatever you can imagine, it's possible. Okay. So now, let me do this, everyone. Okay. So I just want to show you that div is not the only thing that you can work with. You can work with any element. Just select that. See, guys, basic understanding. You should know how to select element. That's all. Any element is fine. So let's create a P. Let's give it an ID of para and also a class of para. Class for CSS and ID for JavaScript. Write something like, again, um, something like lorem, some content. That's fine. Okay. Now let's give it some CSS. So dot para, I want you to have a background color of, let's say, a gray, and a color of white, and a padding of 20 pixels. Okay. Basically, I'm giving some color and padding. You can see now. Can you see that, everyone? Okay. Simple paragraph tag, simple paragraph, right? Right. Given it a background color gray and some padding. Now, see, the whole purpose of this is to show you that you can work with anything. You can work with anything. Is it clear? So now I'm not creating a button for that. So now I'm creating a function. First, let's go. So now what I want is, I will click somewhere. I'll tell you where. I'll click somewhere. But what I want is, I want to change the color of this element. Understand? I just want to change the color of this element. Color of the text. For that, we have the color property. Understand that. So I only want to change the color of the text. Guys, what is the first thing we should do? Guys, what is the first thing we should do? Come on, everyone. What if I have two IDs, sir, like the 1 and 2? How to change the color of ID 2 the same with ID 1? Just write it once again. Whatever you write for document.getElement by ID 1, just write it for document.getElement by ID 2 as well. Possible, why not? Just fetch the two elements together. Document.getElement by ID 1, perform what you want. Document.getElement by ID 2, perform what you want. Simple. That's what we're learning right now. So everyone, come on, tell me. How can I fetch this element with the ID? Tell me that exact line. Again, I'm asking the same question. It is just for clarification that you are understanding. Okay, tell me, everyone. The Deep, from where on click is coming? I'm not asking about clicking. Did I ask? What was my question? Everyone, please answer me what I ask so that I can know that you're understanding. I want to fetch this element with the help of its ID. What should I write? I want to select this element with the help of its ID. What should I write? I didn't ask you if I want to call it, click it, or anything like that. I'm not asking all that. So yes, I'll use document.getElement by ID. So again, document.getElement by ID. And the ID is what? Para. And again, I want to change its CSS. So dot style dot, but I want to change only color. Color equal to, let's say I call it, I want to make it black. So first, write what you want to perform. Now decide where you want to perform this. First, fine, I made a function, and this function does what? It selects the element with the ID para and change its color to black. That is the functionality of this function. Now you decide where you want to call it. You want to call it on a button, you want to call it anywhere else. So let's say I want to call it only on this p tag only. So when someone clicks on the p element, the color will change. So I can do it here on click and change para, the function name. I don't need a separate button for it. I don't need a separate button for it. Save it. And let's see. And here we go. See that? So I click on that element only and the color changes. I'm giving you all the aspects, guys. I'm just giving you all the aspects so that you are never confused that I always need a button. You can perform event on every element. Again, guys, puzzle pieces, just join them properly. That's all. Okay. So basically, I fetch this element, I change its color using a function, and I call that function on click of this element only. So I click on this and the color changes of the same element. Okay. Everyone, are we cleared? Are we cleared with how to work with styles, how to change CSS? And you can change anything. You can also change the font family of the same element. So I can say style. Now see, font family is also styling property, right? It's also a CSS property. So font family. Can you call it on text hover? Yes, why not? If you want to perform it on hover, you can do that. Why not? I'll show you. Wait, worry. Sorry, don't worry. I'll show you. Just wait. Fumbling. Okay, so font family equals to, let's say, Calibri. Now see, when I call change para, two things will happen. I'll change the color to black and also change the font family to Calibri. Let's see. I see right now white and some other font family. Writing by default it's Times New Roman. I click and see the color changes to black and font family changes to Calibri. Is it cleared? Everyone. So that's how you change styling. I think someone asked a question, right? Yeah. Can you call it on text over? Yes, why not? See, just change the event. See guys, now remember the first thing that I taught you about events. Whatever interaction you do on the web page is an event. Right now we are working on click. Click is one event, but click is not the only event. So I can also say on mouse up. It means when the mouse is on you, I want to change it. Okay, I think no. Am I correct with this? On mouse. No, use on mouse over. On mouse up will be like a different thing in this case. It will be when you leave the click. So on mouse over, use that and see now. Let's see if it works. And here we go. As to now, I'm not clicking, guys. I just move my mouse and here we go. It changes. So on mouse over. So on click is not the only event. Everything that you do is an event. Now handle this event. Understanding all the things, guys? Everyone? How to create a new page on what? On a click or normally you just write a normal, just go ahead and create like this. Click here and just create a new HTML page. That's how you create a new HTML page. And normally if you're asking about when you click and something opens, that's not creating a new page. That's basically that page is already there. You just open that page. That's all. That you can do with normal a tag. Okay, guys, please charge your HTML and CSS skills as well. Please charge your HTML and CSS skills as well. Okay, guys, all set, cleared. Can we move ahead, everyone? Cleared with changing CSS? Enough of changing CSS now, right? Now you know how to change CSS. Dot style, remember that. Dot style. After that, whatever you want to change, background color, font family, whatever you want. Border radius, box shadow, height, width, whatever you want. Okay. Now then, let's move ahead and let's see how to change the attribute. We saw how to change the content. See guys, an element has three aspects. Any element that you create has three aspects. The content inside it. So if there is a P, see, let's say this is our element. It has three aspects. The content that you know how to change by using inner text, inner HTML. It has CSS like this. Now you also know that how to change it using dot style. But now it also has attributes. ID, class, SRC, right? It also has attributes. So let's see how to change that. Now we know how to change content. We know how to change CSS. So let's learn the third aspect, how to change or how to manipulate the attributes of an element. Okay. Sir, can you tell me the format of assignment? Like this was the assignment last time. I'll tell you at the end. Don't worry, Amos. I'll tell you at the end. Don't worry, buddy. Okay. Okay. Submit it as a HTML file. Yeah, submit it as a HTML file, not as a text file. Okay. Zip it and upload it on the assignment submission form. Okay, guys. So let's learn the third aspect. We know how to change content using inner text. We know how to change styling using dot style. Now let's see how to change the value of attributes. Let's go. And for that, let's use one of the most famous elements that has a good attributes, image. Okay, so let's use the image tag. Image, and you know that we use SRC, right? So let me download the image quickly. Okay, so let's download some Thor images, guys. So let's say we download this one. Right click, save image as in the same folder. I don't want this. This is a WebP file. I simply want it. Now it will also work, guys. No need to worry about that, but I don't want that. Let's take this one. It's too big, too big, too small. Come on, give me a good image. Yeah, this is fine. Right click, copy image address. Not copy image address, sorry. I want to save it. Save image as and save it in our desktop, our folder. Let's call it image1. Save. Let's store one more image. Let's say this one. Right click, save image as. Let's call it image2. Okay, so now I have two images, guys. Everyone, focus. Now I have two images. Let's first put one image here. So dot slash the image1. Let's see how we're getting it. Here we go. Image1. Too big because I have zoomed the page. Let me just move it down. Here we go. We have the image. Avengers fan. Yes, correct. Okay, everyone. First image. Now let's create a button. Understand now see, my assignment is there is an image and on a button click, change the image. Understand now how I'm approaching the assignment. My assignment is there is an image, and on a button click, you need to change that image. Fine. So first, I load an image, then I'll create a button as well. So button, let's call it change image. Now what I need? So now I have the image, I have the button, that is the event handler. Now I need to create the event listener. See, I have the image and I have this change image button as well. Now I need to create the functionality that will be performed when I click on this button, and that will also change the image. So let's do that. So let's create a function for that again. Down here, after that function, let's call it change image. Okay, again. So guys, again, I have a element image. Let's give it an ID as well. So let's give it an ID of image. Okay. So now I want to manipulate this element. How will I fetch it? I have ID. Come on. We know, right, everyone? Last time, please answer me. Last time. After this, I'll be cleared. I'll not ask this question again. Answer me last time. I want to fetch this element. Give me the complete statement to only select this element, not manipulating. Only how I'm going to select this element with the help of this ID. Just give me that. Just give me that. I'm satisfied. Everyone, come on. Everyone. Waiting. Come on, we don't have a lot of time. It's already 7:30. I'll take it 15 more minutes. No need to worry about that. But come on, tell me, everyone. Quickly, guys, quickly. Document dot get element by ID. Okay, one person has answered. That's great, Salman. I'm waiting for everyone's answer. Come on, guys. Quickly. Waiting. Exactly. Now you guys are correct. Amazing. So document dot get element by ID. And here I'm going to put what? Image, the ID that I gave, right? See, this is the ID that I gave, image. And now I have selected the element. Now I want to change its attribute. See you guys, again, let's go from the start. Select the element. If you want to change its textual content, use .inner text. Select the element. If you want to change its HTML content, use .inner HTML. Select the element. If you want to change its CSS, use .style. And now select the element, and if you want to change its attribute, use directly dot whatever attribute you want to change. So I want to change src dot src. This is the attribute, right? src, which is holding the image, which is telling which image to display. So I want to manipulate this attribute's value. You know, right? If I go here and change the source, the image will change, definitely. That is the only thing I'm doing with JavaScript. I select this element, and now I'm going to change the source from JavaScript. So dot any attribute, guys, understand, I'm showing you src, but you can manipulate any attribute, doesn't matter. Any attribute you want to change, you can change it for any element. I am showing you for image tag. Don't think that it only works for image tag. You can work with a p tag, input tag, whatever you want. So dot src equals to, what was the next image? Let me see the second image. What was it? It was index image2.jpg. Fine. So change it to dot slash image2.jpg. Please do this. This is what I want. And that's it. Now let's call this function on that button. And that should be it. Let's see, guys, if it is actually working. Save it, refresh, and now let's click on this button, and here we go. It was a very small image. No need to worry about that. But yeah, image is changing. That's the final thing, right? So everyone sorted. So that's how you manipulate attribute. So see, whenever I want to manipulate element, first puzzle piece is get the element, select the element. Second puzzle piece is decide what do you want to do. Do I want to change the textual content? Do I want to change the HTML content? Do I want to manipulate CSS? Do I want to change background color, height, width, or do I want to change any attributes value? Depending on that, you work. Is it clear? That's how you decide. First aim is select element. Second is decide what do you want to do. And third, select depending on that. Okay. There is someone called as, please don't spam the chat, buddy. We are learning here. Please, I hope you understand that. Okay. Please don't spam. Varuna, can you please block this person that is spamming this? Okay. So everyone sorted, right? Okay. Now let me answer the most asked questions that you had yesterday. How to read input value, how to take user input, how to take user input. Everyone asked this, right, yesterday? So let me answer you that. Okay, no, that's not for today. Yes, after this, what I'm teaching you now is the last thing for today. Okay, so let's go, guys. Let's go. Focus, everyone. Please focus. So again, let me create an input field. I'm showing you now how to read an input value. So input, let's simply give a type of text and placeholder of enter something. And let me create a button by which I'll read that value. Button, read value. No, we are not going to use prompt. That is not the good way, right? It is only for few things that you should use it. You're not always going to use prompt, right? In websites, do they use prompt? I'm understanding, Rajeshri. When you go on Flipkart, do they give you a prompt to enter your details? No, they give you a form. Prompt is on one way of taking input, but that is not the standard way. You should use it for different things actually. You should not use prompt for taking user values. When you go on Facebook, you fill up a sign up form. They don't give you prompt to fill up your sign up, give your username, password, and everything. Right? No, guys, we should not use prompt. Prompt is one way, I know that, but that's not the correct way of taking user input. That is for like admins, security people to put some extra password, for things like that. We don't use that directly. We are learning something better, how to use input values, normal input fields that normal users use. Is it clear? Fine. So let's go. Now, here we have the input field. Let me zoom it for you. See that, guys? See that? Okay, let me just move it down by using a BR. Here we go. I hope I'll zoom it, then it will look good. Ah, wrong thing. I zoomed. I can also give it a height and width actually, but here we go. Fine. You can see, right? The input field and the read value. Okay. So now then, let's do it. Let's create a function that will get me the value that I write here in my console. Once I print it in console, I can use it anywhere, right? I just need to get the value. That's all. Okay, everyone. So let's do that. So again, let me create a function. Not visible. Is this field not visible, guys? Everyone. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me just create what do you say, div around it. Wait. Now tell me if it is visible, everyone. Is it visible now? I hope. Guys, kya, what a great explanation about prompt. That's not what we are learning, right, Ali? It's not a great explanation because I didn't even explain what is prompt. Right, buddy? Right? So I hope you understand. Okay, now it is clear. Now can you see that, everyone? Can you see it now? I'm just telling you that don't use prompt for regular things. If we need, we can also learn that. And normally in our JS course, we learn everything. It's just right now we don't have the time to learn prompt because that's not important. This is what is important. When you'll create a site, this is what you want, right? So I hope Ali understands this and he will never do this again. So let's go, guys. Okay. This is what is important. When you create something like Facebook, Instagram, this is what you will show the user, not a prompt. Okay, everyone. So let's go. Okay. So now let's do it. So let me give this input ID of, let's say, INP, something like that. Okay. So now again, first I need to fetch this element. ID is INP. So what will I do? Let's first of all create a function. Function, let's call it get value. Okay. So first I need to fetch that input element. So for that, document dot get element by ID INP. It will give me the input element. Simple. And now when you fetch an input element, and if you want to get the value that the user writes inside that element, you simply call the attribute value. So you again use the attribute only. Value is one attribute that input tag has. So I simply call that value dot value, and this will give me the value. And now I can store it in a variable as well, like this, var data. I can store it in this. So I fetch the input element and I say dot value. That is nothing but the attribute of the input element, which basically holds the value of whatever you write in that. So this dot value will give me the value, and now I'm storing it in a variable called data. And to confirm that we are actually getting it, just do console.log data, and that's it. Okay, now to confirm, let's call this function easily. So on click, now guys, this is one way. This is not the this is not the only way. This is one way, but for yes, for beginners like us, this is good. Okay, so let's see if it is working. So let's write something like, let's say, let's upgrade. And now if I click on this button, this function will be called. It will get the element, get the value from it, store it in data, and print it on the console. So let's see how we're getting it. Read value, let's click on that. Click, and here we go. See that, guys? Let's upgrade. Now I can add whatever I want. I can write Saurabh, whatever you want. Is it clear? So that's how you read input value, everyone. Is it clear, guys? Everyone? Sorted? That's one way of reading input fields. Is that cleared, guys? Everyone, are we cleared? Please tell me. Any confusion? Sorted? Cleared? And yes, okay. Only because I saw a lot of people writing prompt. Okay, which it's fine even if you don't learn it directly. It's useful thing, but not every time. Only for that reason I'll tell you prompt, so that no one goes with a confusion that people were writing prompt in the chat and we don't know what is prompt. Okay, so only for that reason I'll show you prompt. So guys, see, prompt is nothing but an inbuilt function in JavaScript. Okay, what if a form needs to get a document like image and store it? Is it possible with JS? Yes, why not? Yes, that is possible. We store it. We basically create an input type file that people upload images. We get that image and store it in backend. So yes, everything is possible. Okay, so now guys, let me show you prompt. So see, prompt, guys, is an inbuilt function. Okay, which basically, if you write like, let's say, enter some data, see what happens now. Before your site loads, the prompt is called. Okay, when you, like, in this case I have written it like that, but that's fine. See, it creates a box like this, and you can write some data here. That's all. And you can click on OK. And to get the data that you write here, just store it in a variable. It returns that. So basically, just store it in a variable like var name. Just store it here inside this. So whatever prompt, this prompt creates this prompt box. Whatever you write inside this prompt function returns that. So I can store it in this name. And if you want, also print it. So console.log name. And let's see if it is working. Cancel, refresh, you get the prompt again. Just write hello everyone. Okay, we got hello everyone. So this is what prompt does, guys. And this should not be the way to use to take user input. This is for like admin people. Okay, for admin dashboards where you want to give an extra password check, or you want to work with some external details. Now you tell me, in your life, how many times you have come across a site where actually they are asking input like this? Facebook, Google, Twitter, Flipkart, Amazon. Have you seen any site that is asking you input like this to you? Internally they might be using it for some internal purposes, but they don't ask users for this. This is not a good thing. Is it clear? Okay, so that's what we have to learn, this thing. Okay, but yeah, now you know prompt. Simple, right? So prompt is nothing but an inbuilt function. Write whatever you want, that will be displayed, and whatever you write in the input field of the prompt, that is returned, and you can store it in a variable and use it like that. Is it cleared, everyone? Guys, please tell me. Okay, so that's what prompt is. Again, totally depends on the needs, but it's there. Okay, and one more thing, guys, I want just like to clarify once again. This is just a 6-day course. Okay, and we are not learning all of the JavaScript. I just want to tell you this. Okay, but we are trying to do as much as we can. We are trying to use this 6 days as much as we can. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, so I hope you understood, guys. So tomorrow we are going to do a project. Okay, so now again let's get back to normal. Let's get back to topic. Have you guys understood everything that we did today? So we learned how to fetch elements. We learned how to change content using inner text. We learned how to change HTML content using inner HTML. We learned how to change CSS. We learned event handling, like how to call functions. And then we also learned how to change attributes. And at the end, we learned how to read input fields value. Is that clear, everyone? Guys, everyone, are we cleared with all the things that we did today? And did you guys enjoy everything that we did today? That's the main question, right? That's the main question. Okay. So now guys, see, in this 7 days, we have learned a hint of JavaScript. You can say like around 10 to 15% of JavaScript. Right now, tomorrow is the last day, and tomorrow we are making a project, and in that also we'll learn some things, some new things, some old things. We'll combine everything and make a music player. But if you guys are enjoying it, and if you really want to learn more and become more in this field, if you really want to become a full stack developer, you can join our full stack courses that we have. So just visit letsupgrade.in, just go there, just check out our courses, and you can enroll for any courses. They are all with very, very minimal prices. You can check out any courses. If you enroll, we start from very scratch till the very end until you become a full stack developer which knows front end, back end, databases, server, system design, everything. So you can join that, you can understand everything, you can learn with us, and you're also going to create around 15 hands-on projects. So once you leave that course after completing, you'll be a full-fledged full stack developer which can create any site or anything, almost anything. I'm not going to say anything, otherwise you ask me, so you said anything, now I'm unable to create this. Okay, that's it, guys. That's it. And yeah, no assignments for today. I'm not giving you any assignments for today. Just practice whatever we have learned. That's what I want. I hope, just promise me that you will practice whatever we have learned. If you don't practice, tomorrow's session will be tough to understand. So that's why I'm not giving you assignment. Is it clear? I just want you guys to practice what we have learned. Practice event handling, create functions, call them on buttons, call them on p tags, fetch elements, change their content, change their color, change everything, and see. Just do. Just do it. Do anything but do it. That's how you'll become good. Just do anything. Just sit for 1 hour, half an hour, and please just do it. Is that clear to everyone? Okay. And now then, I'll see all of you tomorrow where we are going to create a music player. And guys, tomorrow's session is at 5 o'clock. So I hope everyone will join it. And guys, tomorrow, music player, right? So I'll be now after the session, I'll be sitting and collecting a lot of audios to create a music player. And I'll be thinking of what design should I create. So once again, guys, please go ahead and understand a little bit of HTML and CSS if you don't know. Just charge your HTML and CSS skills, because tomorrow, if you want to understand the design that I make, you should also know HTML and CSS. So tomorrow is not only about JS. JS will perform some functionalities, but HTML and CSS will create the good design that we'll look at. Okay. So please do that, guys. And tomorrow we have a session at 5 and we'll end it by 7 and we'll be completing with the music player, everyone. Okay. And my LinkedIn ID and Insta ID, guys, you can see it is in the chat. If you want, you can connect to me there and ask questions related to JavaScript, related to course, related to anything. I'll be uh, keen to answer all that. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye bye, guys. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much. I really hope to see all of you tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Okay. Bye bye, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Please mark your attendance and please submit the assignments that we have given on the previous days. Bye bye, everyone. Good night. Have a great night, guys. Bye bye.